Hello, welcome back to Trash It. So, on today's episode of Trash It, we have an interesting story, okay? But I'll let you guys into the story in a minute. But just before we get in, let me introduce our fabulous panelists, okay? We've got Shari, we've got Mr. Jagojantics, we've got Ajike, we've got Funsho, and then, of course, we have Yuri, okay? Thank you for being on the show today. So the topic we're going to be talking about is, I got this on Instagram, right? And basically, a woman is asking for help. Now listen to the story. Good morning, Mr. Ubi. I'm confused and sad. My heart is broken. I need your advice. Last week, I did 3 days fasting indoors without coming out, okay? So during the fasting, I had a dream. I saw my husband with his sister kissing in the dream. Immediately I woke up, I started praying again, and this was around 3 a.m. in the morning. You know how they say it's all those times of the morning when things are revealed to you, things in the spiritual will be revealed in the physical, right? Wow. So I was so confused that what kind of a dream is this? To cut the long story short, in the morning, I told my husband about the dream, but he didn't take it seriously. Then he went to the toilet and left his phone on the bedside, close to where I was sleeping. I was so shocked that my husband would leave his phone and not take it with him. A message kept coming on his phone, and I read one of the messages, and it says, "Baby, call me when you get to the office. Let's video chat." And his phone had a pattern. So I just drew the pattern and boom, the phone was unlocked. I almost died that day. The first chat I opened was my little sister. I saw her nude pictures and a video of them. A real video. Mr. Ubi, I didn't know what to do. Should I tell my mom about this? Both of them have been begging me to forgive them. What should I do? I am sick to my stomach from what I've just seen. Now, I don't need to explain what you've just heard, but yes, you heard it all. Sisters, this girl's sister is sleeping with her husband. So, yeah, what should she do? Who should she tell her parents? So I'm going to come to you guys anyway. First of all, this is what do you guys make of the story? Yuri, let me come to you. What do you make of this story without diving into details? Do you think the Holy Spirit revealed it to her since she did the fasting? What do you think?
I don't negate things of the spiritual. So if she says she saw it, she saw it. But I'm kind of shocked the way some men move. Like you can fornicate without lack of better word. You can do your fornication. But why do you need to pull where you eat? Do you get what I'm saying? Do you see how disgusting that is? Like your wife's younger sister, and the younger sister self, her head is not correct. It's like I'm kind of shocked. Well, I don't know what to say. This is the very first time I actually do not know what to say.
Okay. Ajike, what will be your first reaction when you see these pictures and video? So that will be your reaction, yeah? For those of you that don't know Ajike's, that will be the reaction. Do you want to add any words to that? Or you are just happy with the...
No reaction for now. Not that, because really, it just depends. I don't know. She said it was revealed to her in a dream. So you might be, I don't know, so maybe there's a build up to it. But if you see it immediately, that house will be on fire. So I don't know. That's my own temperament. I don't have to keep quiet. All those ones, they are now begging me not to tell anybody. Everybody would have veg since. Since. So me, I don't know how other people. That's why I don't know. Our reactions to things are different. Okay. It can be, I don't know, but some people don't have home training, so maybe.
Yeah, Ajike, just to remind you, it was that in her dream she saw her husband and her husband's sister, which would have been an incest situation, right?
Okay, and at times what we say I like go.
Dreams are stupid.
Dreams are stupid. So the idea is it might just be like maybe it was just maybe it might have been, I don't know, but it might just be the Holy Spirit, or like I said, I believe in it. I've seen things or heard things before they actually happen. Some of us use the word deja vu or whatever may be the vu you are saying, but we might just have an inkling into some things that have happened. But for me, how would you be sleeping with my younger sister? You can't even, like really said, eating where you are putting, or be putting where you are eating, whatever the case may be. You should have gone outside to do whatever I want to do. But for the sister and the mother and the father, my own family, the husband is even another story for another day. You see that sister, that liar, to sleep with my husband.
That has chests.
Okay.
Has chests.
To sleep with my husband. I don't know what will happen of that relationship. It's not, for me, it's not redeemable.
Okay, let's hold on for 1 minute before we dive into that. Shari, let me come to you. You've just seen these pictures on your husband's phone. Your younger sister sending him nude pictures, and you're seeing videos of them doing stuff together. What would be your first reaction?
They're dead meat, both of them. Let's put it that way. Dead meat. I do believe in dreams, because that happened to me when my other half was cheating. It depends on how spiritual you are. I did get a dream that he was cheating, the name of the person, the face of the person. So when it did happen, I already knew what was going on. So that I would not dismiss. As I say, that's just how connected you are to the spiritual world. Now, for the cheating to be taking place right under your nose, in the sense that it's with your sibling, it's not with a neighbor, it's not with a stranger, that is just wrong on a lot of different level. And to be honest, I don't think I would be able to trust my husband and to trust my sibling again, because that's a boundary you should not cross.
Okay, so before we dive into that, let me ask the ladies again, would it make it any better if it was with somebody else that was not related to you?
I think it'd be a little bit different, because cheating is cheating. You should not be cheating, firstly, as I said. You know what I mean? If you know you can't keep a marriage, you shouldn't go in a marriage. That's just my understanding, yeah? If you can't keep a marriage, don't go. But when it's a stranger, I think it's a little bit different when it's, as I say, it's your own sister or your own relative. Because the thing is, it's too close to home. Why? Of every other woman that you could be boning or doing it, why do you have to choose my sister? That means you are eyeing my sister, and what has happened before this video, you understand? So I would be thinking, when I left my sister there with you 2 nights ago, she came to babysit, were you guys doing this? It's too messed up. It's just too messed up.
So basically for you, it's a cockfight. Let me come to Yori. Yori, what do you think?
It is just downright disrespectful.
Right.
Totally disrespectful. And I'll be more pissed off at my sister. Do you understand? Yes, I will, because if there's anyone you should have your loyalty to, it should be me.
Okay.
I'm your sister, I'm your blood.
Okay.
So
would it make any difference if he cheated, but then it was with somebody else?
Cheating is not forgivable.
Exactly.
In my book.
Yeah.
You know this. I don't have the temperament. My spirits cannot take it. Even all these dreams that they're having. I can remember when I'm pregnant. I want to be pregnant once, actually. But throughout my pregnancy, I'm always having dreams that Mr. Agbada is dating someone. So when I wake up, I'm always annoyed. I would just insult the man. And the guy was like, what's the problem? I'd be like, yeah, in my dream, you actually went to sleep out with someone. He was like, really? So I don't dream like that. So, but pregnancy, like the whole night, I was just having different dreams. I'm not saying people when they dream it's not true. It's just not for me. But cheating is a hard no for me. Be it sister, be it non-sister, it's a problem.
Okay, so Ajike, would it have mattered if, as you saw those pictures, it wasn't your sister's picture, but it was another girl? Would you have had a sigh of relief, like, thank God it's not my sister? Would it have made it any different?
Why would I be thinking, if I say picture, why would I be thinking that it's my sister? Why? Why should I be thinking? They gave us proper home training now. So for you to do that kind of thing, what you with the gun here? You have lost.
You're mad.
You're mad. You're finished. You understand? You should be able to trust your sibling on the trust between siblings should be on another level. I know it's not like that for some families. Some families, they hate their sisters. Me, I cannot relate to that. Even my half sister, even when you understand, even my half sister, I mean, it's not like maybe I trust her. So I don't understand when people are even talking about, having issues with half siblings. It's strange to me. We don't have that issue. So that's not talk of now a sister that even we were not twins. We came out of the same womb and everything, same house. For me, it's not something you should be thinking about at my home. I should be seeing my sister meeting with my brother. So when you not even see it, it's usually very unbelievable. In fact, the person might even be in denial. I will not blame someone that sees that and is in denial for a while, because the shock is actually too much to bear. So I think maybe that's why she has not even reported, because she's even trying to digest it. But like I said, it still depends on the temperament of the person. Because I cannot say that kind of thing and not shout. Even if I'm there, I'll be shouting, shout up. I will be, as I'm driving to my parents' house, I'll be shouting inside the car. Only me in the car shouting. So we're just different.
Okay. Now let me come to the guys. I mean, this is a real life story, something that actually happened. Guys, what goes on in you people's head? Yeah, when that your chairman, as Yori would call it, says I want it, and then you guys just find the nearest hole and deposit it in. Does it not filter where it goes into? I mean, this is your sister-in-law, someone that your wife's sister. Please make it make sense. Funsho, let me come to you.
So there's nothing to make sense out of it. It is rubbish. It is sacrilege. Can you sleep with your wife's sister?
Hey, sister.
If I want to cheat, I'll go outside. I don't want to cheat, fine. But if I really want to do it, there are a lot of ladies out there I can sleep with. That man is sick. Let me put it that way. He's sick. For him not to have eyes elsewhere, and the only way you can put your shit is in your own family. I don't know how to explain it.
But this wasn't planned, and let's even assume maybe it was your wife's stepsister. They're not, maybe what would it make a difference?
I don't even want anything around my wife, anything that has to do with my wife. You get? I'm still trying to hide the fact that I'm cheating. And I'm sleeping, and I'm going to do it at home. It's bullshit. It's recklessness. It is not taken from the player's handbook.
Player 101.
So there's a handbook, right?
There's a handbook. It just shows how lazy the man is.
He couldn't even be bothered to go and catch his own meat.
When I was in active service, these kind of people, we just shame them that no, it should not be called men. Why would you sleep with your sister-in-law?
So Funsho, what if she was wearing red lipstick and very petite with teeth?
Silly, I don't care whatever she was wearing. It's a no-go. So no matter how much loose we are, no matter how much our chairman doesn't respect anybody,
doesn't have sense.
You get, there are rules, there are boundaries. That's something. It's just like one of the things we trashed the other day, that it was people with the mom. It doesn't make sense. There's some lines you don't cross. You get, I can sleep with the whole of Czech Republic. I don't have a problem, so long as it's not related to my wife. You get? So I don't have any explanation for this guy. He's just a lazy dumbass. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Jagodantics, I mean, come on now. Your chairman, what's the matter with him? Why is this happening? Is this a total disregard for the wife? Or what is it?
There are no two ways to explain it. There is no regard for the wife. That's number one. Number two, we have to check the background of the sister as well. I mean, the family where the wife and the sister comes from. Because you have to understand that it is in this same society, we see mothers giving themselves to a customer, people who run restaurant, and then they will be, in order to gain more money from the customer, they push their daughter. And then you see a situation whereby one man sleeps with mom, daughter, and sister. All these things, all of you know about this. Recently, Naira Marley said that he wants to sleep with mom and then daughter. These things, they're not new. They're not new. So, but when I'm passing blame in this kind of thing, I pass blames genderlessly. The same way it applies to the man who is so stupid and disgusting not to have any iota of respect for the wife, is the same way I'm going to pass blame on the woman too, who opens up the leg. Because the man is not the one holding the remote control. So if they tell the girl jump over the cliff, she jumps. You know, both of them are to be blamed equally. If the man tells you open your leg, you have the right to say no. If the girl shows you bum or shows you cleavage when the auntie is not around, or goes to change and wears bikini and wants the bum in front of you when the auntie is not around, you yourself as a man, you have to tell yourself, no, this is stupid. And call your wife and be like, this girl you leave with me in the house, let it be the last time you are going to bring this girl to our house.
But what if, Mr. Japidan, what if, right, this girl lives with you guys, right? She doesn't really have anywhere else to go. She lives with you and she's always around. She tidies the house and everything. And maybe she dresses in a certain type of way. And maybe you look at her and she's caught you looking at her once or twice. And she knows that maybe you fancy her or whatever. And she starts to become seductive. And you are not able to control yourself.
Celia, I'm sorry for the scenario.
How am I looking now? How? It's not possible.
Your sister-in-law is supposed to be your sister. You are supposed to be brother.
Exactly. That's my daughter. That's like my own child.
Once you start seducting, doing seductive, whatever, I just tell my wife, take your wife with your sister back.
Yeah.
If I'm going to tell my wife immediately.
You can sleep with your wife's sister. You can sleep with your own sister. It's just that you haven't been given the chance yet. So it's unthinkable. It's if I want to combine two words, impossible and can't. Impossible and can't. You know, well, it's blame the man, crucify the man, crucify the girl. Then one thing I want to point out: how old is this sister? If she's below 18, let's charge the man for pedophilia.
She's of age. I think she's of age.
If she's of age, then we should blame both of them equally. If you're stupid enough to open your leg for your sister's husband, then what are we talking about? It's not just about the man. Who says the man is the one who holds the remote control? Jump, die, wake up, sleep, open, close.
So Funsho and Bidemi. So what if you were drunk and she was just at home? Are you saying you have that much of a self-control?
It's possible. If you're drunk, a woman can ride on you without you even knowing. Yeah. It has happened to the same two-face we were talking about before. Yeah. If a man is drunk, a woman can ride you and you can be seeing somebody else. And when you wake up, and if they tell you, do you know you were stupid last night? You were actually peeing in front of the living room. You've seen videos around people in the restaurant drunk and they'll be peeing.
That's
the toilet. The thing there, the toilet. That's why I said the other day, if a woman and a man goes to the club, both drunk, come back home, have sex, wake up in the morning, the woman has no right saying the man raped her, because they're both under influence. You're drunk, he's drunk. You had sex, you now wake up, see one of your pants in the living room, bra in the kitchen, your shoe at the door, both of you waking up, he's scratching his head from hangover, you're calling the cops, he raped me. How did he rape you? You're both drunk. You're on the same level. The same way you're intoxicated is the same way he too is intoxicated. You don't have any right to call the cops and say, oh, because you're under influence, he raped you. No, it's wrong. So if a man is drunk and a woman takes advantage, jumps on the man, rides the man, that's sexual harassment.
Sexual abuse.
Yeah. They said it was not rape. I would have called it she raping the man because he's under influence. But if it was the other way around, they said it's allowed in English to call it rape. But if it's a woman, it's not rape. It's sexual harassment.
Really?
Because the man is not the one penetrating. The man is the one penetrating. It is who penetrates that can rape. It is who goes into the body of the other person that can rape.
Right.
The woman can go into the body of the man. It's a crazy law.
It is a crazy law. It is. Okay, now the thing is, at the end of the story, this girl was asking for advice if she should report this to her parents or not. What do you guys think? Anybody can just answer this. Should she report this to the family or should she just keep quiet and move on?
What has she been waiting for since all this happened? Really?
It only just happened. She just found out. Brought it to Ubi.
After reporting, I'll go to CNN. I'll tell Trash it to help me trash it.
Well, that's what we're doing now.
Exactly. I don't cover that kind of thing.
It's big time. There's no cover. There's no point. I feel for the younger sister as well, because obviously this will follow her for the rest of her life. Nigerians don't forgive and they don't forget. Even if she sneezes wrongly, like, don't you know that get the one that said her sister's husband? Yeah. So she needs to tell. Because obviously, we're quick to blame women when their marriages pack up.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be okay. I'm leaving. This is why I'm leaving. This is what he has done.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because I don't know how they can come back.
It has happened in London. Two occasions in London. But we can't be mentioning names, but we can discuss it. You know, these things, they happen all the time. We just don't, as in very close to our ears, but we just don't know that this kind of thing is going on in that family. And they will do it. Funsho, you know what they say, Yoruba people, when they say, oh, they will make it something behind the curtain so that it doesn't get out there.
Family matter.
Family matter. And the woman will live with it forever. There was a guy who came from Nigeria to London. And this guy took him in. He lived there when he came and everything. And at some point, he started sleeping with his wife. Yeah.
Wow.
Started sleeping with his wife. Like, I took you from nowhere. You had no place to stay. I took you into my house. Along the line, one way or the other, you started sleeping with my wife. To the point where I no longer have respect in the house. Things are happening. I know some people as well, it has happened to them between wife sleeping with the husband's.
Sleeping with the husband's who? Brother?
And the husband, and the day the husband caught them, the brother jumped the fence naked and ran off. And family had to come in and help them, blah, blah, blah. So these things happen all the time.
And the husband stays.
And it goes both ways. I don't know if you guys are hearing me. Is my sound all right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. So it happens all the time. We just have to, I don't know. I'm not even professional.
Okay, let's come to the issue of forgiveness, right? Because your blood is your blood, your sister is your sister, your brother is your brother. So Shari, let me come to you first. This is your younger sister, okay? She loves you. She didn't mean to hurt you. So with regards to forgiveness, would you forgive her, and will things be the way they were before?
It's very hard, that one, because as I say, your sister is your sister, but at the same time, I agree that it's both of them to blame. It's the husband and the sister. Can take two to tango, right? It's not just one. Something like this has happened in my family, where an aunt, her husband slept with my other aunt. She was younger. Basically, it came out, obviously. My granny knew about it, but then, as you say, everything go hush hush. She did not separate from her husband because obviously money, they had kids. All they did was basically send back the younger one back to, home. No one else in the family knew about it till
now.
Within years, then it came out.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still together. My aunt and my uncle is still together. But the thing is, as we're talking, it's happening in someone's family. It's not correct. But then, as I say, you have to remember that some people is not educated to think this is wrong. This is disgusting. It should not. And people just continue doing it, and as I say, it's just disgusting. But the family still pretend like nothing has happened and they just continue with life. Me personally, if it was my little sister, no, and that man would be through the door. Sorry. Okay. He would be through the door. That would have been a divorce straight away.
Okay.
And as I say, you have to it depends as well what that man said to that other sibling, because sometimes men, I'm not saying all men, but a lot of them perv on younger girls because they're naive. As I said, they're not educated. They're not smart enough to think that this is wrong. And a lot of them are going through hormonal changes, especially when they're teenagers. they have the sexual drive. They're not even understanding their own body at this point in time. Now, for a big grown man to come now and take advantage, yes, I kind of blame the man on that front, because you should be old enough to say, you know what, even if she's pushing herself or giving you the signs or whatever it is that you're trying to say that this woman gave you, yeah, you should be mature enough to say no.
Okay.
Yeah, you're young, you're naive, you don't know.
Okay. Sherry, just hold that thought. Ajike, let me come to you, right? So this is your younger sister. Are you going to forgive your younger sister? I mean, who out of the two would you forgive? Like Sherry's auntie, would you just send your younger sister away and carry on with your marriage like nothing happened? What would you do?
I would move on with my own life and leave the two of them,
Okay.
That's it, because I can't, even if I forgive, which the Bible tells me to, it's what I liken to. I always tell people this with my son. I always tell people that I love my son all the time, but I don't like him all the time. It's strange, I have just a child. But I don't like him all the time. He annoys me. Tell him to put the cup in one place, he will put it in another, spill water. I don't like him. I love him. If anything happens to him, I would, kill myself for him. But it's the same thing with I would love her. I would miss certain things. I would miss the love we had, the life we had for that time. But would I move on with my life with her in tow? No. You can actually miss your past. There's nothing wrong in missing your past too. You can miss people you've cut off. You can miss, because there'll be, the person was not, if we look at it in totality, in life, nobody is altogether bad. It's just that bad, the good part is good, and that bad, how bad is it that you can live with it? It's not something I would want to live. It's not something I wouldn't want to see her face all the time. I don't want to be. It's not as if they'll tell me that she's dying, come and, or she needs money. So I will send her money. But she needs this. If I have it, I will give her. But and it's not as if, like I said, if I have it, unlike before, I'll say, hey, my sister, I'll put a matter on my head, put my own inside pulley bag, and be walking the streets of Lagos. No. My mom, you understand? Obviously, she will take a backseat. So, like I said, anything she would need, it's not if I have it, I would help, but no. But for the husband, his ex and his family and everybody related to him, ex.
Okay, so Ajike, you would leave. So let's assume your husband is a very rich man and know how well you love money. So you would leave your husband and your sister and leave the money behind.
I won't told you I'm poor because I said I like money.
Ajike,
who said I'm poor? I have my money. There is money, it's not extra money.
Okay, good. Okay, and what then happens if your husband goes ahead and marries your sister? Like,
it's okay, it's all right. It's their life, they will continue to live. And when we meet in heaven, if we can continue not talking to people, we continue in heaven. No.
Okay, Yuri, let me come to you. Who are you going to forgive? Your sister, your husband? What's going to happen with this relationship?
Before I answer, let me just tell you a small story. Growing up, there was this man that a similar situation happened, but the younger sister was very young and she was very impressionable. She was 15, and the man kind of forced himself on her. So if that was the situation, it made it easier to forgive the sister. Now, in this story, sister is uploading video, asking for video chat. So she's having a full-blown relationship with this guy. So that makes it easy for me to cut you off, because now you know. Now you know you're not supposed to do it. Now, husband is already ex. You know me and cheating and all this stuff. So for you to be stupid enough, lack of respect for me as your wife, that you don't have any regard for me, for you to even do that with my younger sister. That means I don't mean shit to you. So in that instance, there's no point us to have a relationship. The only issue there is because it's a loss to me. You know, the way I am with my siblings. My siblings and I are very close. I can't imagine not being a part of their life, but I'll be a part of that person outside of their life. So say, for instance, they've got something doing, I would send gifts, but you will not see me around them. If they need help, I will send help. But that's there's something I will call Yuri. No, I can't be your person that you will call. which is very unfortunate. Because, and then I would hate this man because you have made me lose a very significant part of my life. Not only have you taken my marriage away, you've now taken another relationship that means so much to me. And that would always hang over both of their heads. So it's a very, I'll probably have to check in somewhere for me to work with a psychologist.
Yeah, it can be very traumatizing. Yeah, Mr. Jabajantik, go ahead.
What about those ones who caught their husbands sleeping with their sister, or those who caught their wife sleeping with their brother?
I was going to ask you and Funsho that question. If it was your brother sleeping with your wife, how are you going to take that?
Funsho will shoot the person and use their blood to pay.
I mean, husband and his own sister right now. Imagine yourself as a woman walking in on your husband on top of his sister.
Don't say that, please.
That's why I would leave that family, because there's
something that's messed up,
spiritually wrong with them. As in Haba.
It's so common.
Well, you know what? It's funny you should say that. A week or two ago, somebody sent me a video and the person actually wanted us to trash the topic, where a man was sleeping with his daughter. Now he rented a motel and took his daughter to the motel, and they were pants down, naked, everything. And I don't know how these guys that found out got to know. They busted into the room and they were making a video and beating the man and questioning him and questioning the girl. And the girl is a young girl. I don't think she's underage, but she's quite young. I don't know how old she was. Oh, okay. You know. Sorry? I didn't hear you, Mr. Jabajantik.
She's 14. She said it in the video.
She sent you the video.
No, she said it.
She said it in the video. Right, okay.
And she said it was the father that disvirgined her.
Yes, she did.
There's a similar incident there was a similar incident happened a couple of years ago here in the United Kingdom, where the man the man had 6 children, or has 6 children, and the only girl that he has, he was so infatuated with the fact that she might actually be going. You know how when you see those children on school buses, there's skirts, I don't know, their skirts is this. I'm always thinking, how do you leave home? Their skirts is like that. So the girl will come back from school and the man will say, okay, go and remove your knickers. I need to be sure there's nothing there. And the mom was like, okay, just leave her alone. Just because she's the only girl doesn't mean you should marry. And he was like, no, I don't want anyone to touch her. And then he graduated from checking her knickers to actually, this is me being graphic, inserting his hands in just to make sure that she's still a virgin. And then eventually the man said he needed to be sure. And that was how he started. He started sleeping with his daughter. And after a while, she couldn't take it anymore. She now mentioned it in school. And social services got involved. And the mom, could not believe it because she did not know. She just felt that it was, those forceful Nigerian fathers, like, she's the only girl. And you know how London can be. I don't want anyone sleeping with. The man started sleeping with his daughter.
That's really troubling. Now, let me just ask all you guys, because from the story Yuri and Mrs. Ramsey has said, it's just making me, now it's like you're trying to see which is better out of two evil, right? So would you rather you caught your husband sleeping with your sister, or would you rather you caught your husband sleeping with his sister?
I would rather I don't catch anybody.
Honestly, and you have a child with this one. No, honestly, let's just think about it for a minute. You have to choose one. Which would you prefer?
Let them be messing their family up.
Because the thing is, what if it was him sleeping with his sister, and you have a child with this man, and maybe it's some kind of hereditary nonsense, and now you're afraid that I hope my child doesn't.
Generational causes. My child will not carry the cause of his father.
Amen.
Amen. I don't know now. I don't know. I personally don't think so. I just think that, I think people always just say that's how we are. There's that's how we are kind of thing that we just try to pass on and all that. No, you can actually say no. Because this same person, if they give him shit to eat, he will not eat it. He will not say, I can't say no. You can say no. No is something we all can say.
Exactly.
So discipline is what it is. Some people are not just disciplined.
Exactly. When we were there was this woman, spiritual leader, the leader of a church. People will go to her She will pray for people, lay hands on them, see vision for them. And, she was strong. If she says something, it will come to pass. This kind of spiritual leaders. A woman, she was married, but now with somebody else. She has a daughter that was 2 years my senior in secondary school. She was a bit older than us. And we were all teenagers. Below, the girl would be about probably 15 or 14. We were like 12. And the new husband who gave birth to the ones who were my mates was sleeping with that girl. That's the stepfather. And this woman did not know. This is a spiritualist who sees visions for other people, who prays for other people, who tells other people what to do. But she didn't see what was going under her nose. So she got pregnant and they had to get rid of the pregnancy. It now happened a second time when my own mommy found out. She now ran to my mom to say, me, this is what is going on. How do we say it outside? And me, that I bless other people, do spiritual prayers and stuff for other people, cannot control what is happening under my own roof. Yeah. That's when she cried to my mom, because my mom was a chief nursing officer in Obafemi Awolowo University at the time. So they went there, they did the procedure, blah, 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 helped the girl, and she was fine. And that was what led to the end of that relationship. Now, how do you handle that? How does a woman deal with that? This is you're talking about sisters, right? How about your own daughter? Your husband sleeping with your own daughter? So these things, they happen all the time. They still happen till today. And it is not limited to one culture, either you're black or white. Yeah. It happened in Australia. A guy had a dungeon where he was after them, keeping them there and sleeping with them there. And they were never allowed to come to the outside world. About 7 girls.
Remember the Germany one when the father
the Germany one.
There's another one in Germany. They were having kids for their dad.
Remember when he impregnated all his daughter, had them in the cellar, and it's only when one escaped because she was ill. That's how they found out what had happened. But as I say, as we're speaking, these monsters and these things are happening. It's just unfortunately that some of the women know what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah? And they're just in a blind eye. Yeah, and unfortunately they're in abusive relationship themselves. So at the end of the day, they can't even say anything or do anything. They're handicapped to their captors, So
I think it's mental illness.
Okay, let me just quickly come to Jagodantics and Funshaw. I know you guys have said no, your sister-in-law is a no-go. In short, you wouldn't even find her attractive. Never mind sleeping with her. What if this was a friend to your wife, someone she sees as a sister? They grew up together. You knew this person when you started dating your wife now, and you know that they're very close. Would you still see her as a sister, or would you see her as a friend?
They're not related.
I'm sure you are laughing. Go on. I know what you want to say. Talk.
You agree with me that they're not related, right?
I know.
Go away.
Yeah.
They're not related. There's no proof in that. They're not related. They're just friends, or probably she takes her sister, but no blood relation. It's a go.
So it's a go. Mr. Jagodantics, is he a go or not?
Well, as a married man, I don't think it is in the right state of mind for me to go and sleep with my wife's friend. It's not. It's very disrespectful. She will never look at me the same way again. It's just not.
We're not.
Don't get me wrong.
I too won't do it. But
don't get me wrong.
No, I'm just trying to clarify something.
They're not related.
We are married.
I'm not saying it's not possible, but I wouldn't do it. Of course,
I know, but what I'm saying is, if a man does that, you can even still listen and okay.
Exactly. Like that one is still even acceptable.
I'm not saying that me too, I'll do or anybody would.
Sibling.
Yeah, but siblings, no way. So that's what I'm saying. That okay, if the man does it, they're not related. Yeah, overlook it. It's cheating,
but
but
why
yeah.
is it okay? Why is it okay to do it with somebody else but not sibling? I mean, you shouldn't be doing it with anybody.
Sibling is sacrilegious. Why would you do it? I can't even think of
Sibling
it.
is an incest. That's disgusting.
There's no word for it. It's just, oh God.
It's disgusting. I mean, so obviously, following what has happened now, maybe you guys decide to forgive your sister and just move on. Okay, you know, hopefully it never happens again. Would you still have the same trust for her? Like
No.
living, especially if she's living with you and she does not have anywhere else.
Why won't she have anywhere else to go?
Don't even
Why won't she
complete
have
that
anywhere else
statement.
to go?
She can't live with me anymore.
Why won't she have anywhere else to go? Is the question I'm asking.
If she was old enough to collect Langba from my husband, then she should be old enough to look for a place.
Okay. So Yori, what's the arrangement for you now, for example?
What do you mean, what's the arrangement?
I'm just asking for the sake of the viewers.
So what arrangements were here? You mean I should put her up in another place? For you to be for you to have data, to be sending video, you're grown. You've got shoulder pad on your shoulders now. You can carry load. Since you've got the energy, you're doing big girl things. You can't remain under my roof. You can't be strifing my husband and then I'm paying for your way. It doesn't work that way. Now that you have chosen the streets, you will enter that street. It's only clause to it is, say for instance, for argument's sake, we don't have any parents, you're not done with your education. I owe you that so that you don't become a nuisance to the society. So I'll pay for your school fees. So I will make sure that you don't suffer in any way or form, that you're able to stand on your own. But she can't live with me. What kind of arrangement is that? I have an issue. See, I have an issue with people cheating on me. Be it, you remember when I had Teddy, my dog? I have an issue when we come in and Teddy will go and greet me, Saga, and not greet me. And I'm the one I'm the one that showers this dog. I'm the one that showers this dog. I'm the one that showers the dog. I'm the one that takes him more to the vet. All Mr. Bada does is walk the dog. I have an issue with that. Not to talk of my own sibling that my father and mother gave birth to. So cheating is a big no for me. That's why I can't be with someone that cheats on me, because I won't be able to sleep. It would affect me mentally. And then someone cannot be developing some mental health issue that my generation doesn't have. So my peace is very important. You know, God says, I'm a Catholic. My peace I give unto you. So please, you can't remain in that
Catholic.
house. You can't remain in that house.
Okay, so now I know you obviously have a sister. You're married.
I do have sisters.
So what's the arrangement? Are you free with them around your husband? And
very free. You know how close I am with my siblings.
Yeah.
They're very, very, and they have so much respect for my husband. Mr. God he's not that kind of person. The man doesn't talk that much. You talking to him, God is wild. The guy is so peaceful in his place. So they have a very close relationship with my husband.
Good. Okay.
And he's not their type. So
oh, what if it's their type? Oh my
he's
God.
not their type. But even if this is me just joking. We're not raised that way.
Okay. So do you have to control the extent to which your husband relates with your sisters, or everything is good to go?
Atty used to live with us.
Yeah.
Before Atty got married. I'm sure she's going to kill me when Atty started living with me when she was 14. So
yeah,
he lived with me practically alive. So that's never been an issue. I've not had to wake up in the night and go and check out if she's in her room. That's not been necessary. So yeah, it's not never been.
Ajike, let me go to you. So you're using us to study. So yeah, what do you think? Is this would you leave at the moment? What's your arrangement with regards to your sister coming to your property, to your house with your husband there? Maybe she's coming to help you cook when you're not at home. How do you feel about that? Do you have any reservations, even though nothing has happened?
I live very, very far. So my sister said they hardly come here, but they come to sleep. I mean, so I go to their house to sleep. If I'm going to house to sleep, I'm going to house to sleep next week. It's true now. So I don't know how to explain it. We're close. My family is very, very close knit. We are many, but we are close knit. So I don't have any. Once they are beginning to say don't come to my house, my husband will be looking at your skirts, he's looking at this while I'm saying. So I don't know. I've not had that. We've never had that kind of situation. If that's the question, no.
Okay, Shari, I'm going to ask you the same question. What if you were in that situation? Would you? Because I know some people, they know the kind of person their sister is, and especially if it's a half sister, for example, they would have reservations, leaving the sister with the husband home alone and things like that. What would be your take on that?
Well, as I say, no, it wouldn't happen, because the thing is, if I can't trust my husband, there won't be any husband. Sorry. I would rather pick up my husband, yeah, than basically disown my sister. Sorry. I mean, at the end of the day, as I say, if you're my husband, there should be a boundary. You're mature enough to know what is good, what is bad, yeah? And if you can't make that decision, then we're not compatible. That means there's no me and you. You know, at the end of the day, there's more men out there, I'm sure, that I will be on a more compatible level with, and I will rather just end the relationship there. For my sister, obviously that relationship between me and her will be broken, yeah, in the sense that I can't trust her, which means there will always be a complication, because if I do ever meet a new partner, she will not be coming around to temple or anything, because you already have a reputation. You know, so at the end of the day, as I say, I would rather get rid of the man. And because I've been in a relationship where I've been cheated and I've left that man, sorry, I was brought up not to take any nonsense in that sense, as I say. And a man, you could be irreplaceable, but my sister, that's blood. That is not, that I can't replace that bond that I have with my sister. It's just that the trust level will be obviously broken, but that is my sister. Sorry.
Okay, because I was just going to ask the question, why is it that your sister deserves the forgiveness and not the husband, right? Because you should... Blood. Yeah, so blood. For you, is that the same thing? Why does your sister deserve forgiveness and not the man? Give him the benefit of a doubt. It will never happen again.
How long have I known the man?
Exactly.
How long?
As they say, blood.
But can you look at it from this way? For your sister to have done something like that as well, isn't that like, come on now?
Considering the fact that she's known you all her life.
Exactly. Why would she do that to you?
The thing about it is that sometimes it's not always nice to spite. They say don't spite the nose to spite the eyes. She's my sister. So, and I don't know when she would need me or I would need her. Like recently we had a will done, and my sisters are people that are custodian of Renee should anything happen to us. So, and if I know when it comes to education, Ati will be the best person to look after Renee. When it comes to money, it's my sister in Canada. So these are people that I know if I die, they will do right by my child. So I don't think I'll be able to, like, I'm able to forgive my sisters. Do you understand? If there's anyone that should know better, it should be my husband. You know how I feel about cheating. So, you know, sometimes you make excuses for your siblings because they are your siblings.
Yeah.
But, nah.
I think at the end of the day, you know, your sister is your sister. Unfortunately, you can't change it. And I mean, if let's an extreme situation, for example, if armed robbers came to your house and they said, if your husband didn't sleep with your sister, they will shoot your sister. What would you do? Wouldn't you? So
that's different. That's like
different.
Mr. Jawodantis, you wanted to say something.
You're a witch. You just took that from my mouth.
Did I?
Edo people, fear Edo people.
Yeah, that is a different situation entirely. That's different.
That's life.
God,
That's life and death situation. You can't compare that with
you enjoying the husband every
what
day.
you're doing. You know what I mean? That's different.
So basically, you will let it happen then, yeah? You will not be.
But I'm not letting it happen. I'm not letting it happen. It's happening because chances are, if it's not done, she will die. I may die. The husband may die.
So after
case,
the act has happened, how would you then feel? Would you just rise and say, "Oh yeah, go and wash off"?
This is the time when I will now look after my sister even more because she's like a sacrificial lamb not here.
Yeah, exactly.
She's like the one that died on the cross of Calvary.
Oh, so your husband did not die too on the cross of Calvary because he may not have wanted to do it too.
I told you the chairman does not have common sense.
No. He is a
In this
sacrificial lamb
situation,
too.
Exactly, because he may not want to do that. Someone like Funsha, for
He
example.
didn't pay.
Funsha?
How do we
Funsha?
know he didn't
No,
pay
I
the
don't want
guys
to
them
say
to come
my
in
sister,
and do
no.
the act?
Did you hear what Shari said? Shari, repeat yourself.
Exactly.
What did you
How
Another
say?
do we
angle.
know he did not pay someone to come and rob the house and make that intentional? So
You see
me,
why
we
I don't
know?
my
trust
sister?
no man.
How do we
Sorry,
know that
I
the
don't
sister
trust
does
no
not
man.
know about it?
Exactly.
I
We'll
don't
never
trust no
know.
man.
We never know.
And what if when he was doing it, the sister was like, "Oh my God, yes,
But
yes."
the thing is, our chances, when we look at balance of probability, they've always said that even with rape victims, it doesn't mean then with the lack of, it's not as if your body reacts. It might not
You can't
react.
stop your body
You
from
can't
reacting.
stop your body from reacting. Doesn't mean
You
you're
can't.
enjoying it.
Like,
So on the
like
balance
you
of
can't stop your body
probability,
from doing. Oh my God, yes, that's the spot.
you
No,
That's
now
the,
you shouldn't be making that kind of noise in that circumstance. You shouldn't. That's
but at
just
least
Exactly.
some people will moan because obviously no, within this there's
They might not say,
research I
"Oh my
was doing.
God," but they will
They
like.
won't
They
say, "Oh
will
my
know.
God," but they would moan because you're
Because the
touching some
orgasm,
spots.
yeah, it's the orgasm spots, yeah.
Yeah, so it happens
Jesus.
with rape victim. I was doing some research on it, but on the balance of probability, when
of
to
course,
say the
it's true.
sister or the husband orchestrated robbery, chances that it will be the man.
So wait, are you saying that rape victims they moan too?
Sometimes there was a research, I'll try and forward it to you, where
You can't
I
stop
think
your
one of
body
the
from reacting.
It will stop, or it will stop.
You can't.
I
If you
You
get to a
can.
can't help
level,
your body.
you to
No.
get to a level
I
that
could remember I think the
even
article
if you
I
don't
read,
know, you'll be jerking in response to the movement
No.
because it's coming in
I
as
would
straight
tune
as
out.
there was this what
So
within
if
the
they're knocking
article,
your
I
G
could
spot,
remember the lady
you
said
just zoom out.
she was
Traumatic
I've
for some
seen that.
moaning,
women.
but she was crying. That she had two reactions. She was moaning and she was crying. And you know, when the guy was eventually caught and he was, oh, she was enjoying it. No, the research was saying, look, you can't stop your body
You
from
can't.
Yeah, your
it
body
is
just
what it
go into
is.
its own thing. Yeah.
Okay, well, interesting conversation, right? Because I mean, yeah, the whole incest thing and all of this is just really creepy. It makes my body cringe. And when I watched that video of Mr. Jabjantics, it just really, I couldn't even, I didn't send it to you, Yuri, because I just couldn't even understand how we're gonna trust that in the first place. It's really, yeah, it's I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us on this premiere this morning. We appreciate you always being here. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to share our videos. Don't forget to like the videos as well. And if you do not already know this, we are on DSTV channel 189 on Pop Central TV. And for those of you that live in Africa, I'm sure you can get access to DSTV. But if you don't live in Africa, you can download the Popping by Pop Central app and join us every Sunday evening at 9 o'clock. On that note, we're going to leave it here. Thank you so much for watching and have a good weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.